Good morning and assalamu alaikum everybody. Those who are joining me now, hope you all will be there. Okay, just give me few seconds to admit all the students first and we are going to start today's lecture. Hareem beta now check. Is it okay now? Can you hear me now, Hareem? Okay, okay. I hope everybody is there. Okay beta. Okay, first of all, good morning and assalamu alaikum. Hope you all will be fine and staying safe at home. You must be taking very good care of yourself and your family members as well. Okay, today is, let me add to the students as well, they are coming one by one. Okay, students, those who have just joined me, good morning and assalamu alaikum. Hope you all will be fine. Okay, today is our lecture number 3. But if you talk about English language, today we have first lecture of English language, okay? Altogether, if we count, we are with third lecture today. But in English language, today is our first lecture. And what is the date today? Today is 20th of June 2020 and first lecture of English language. Okay, as in the previous lectures, I repeatedly asked you to have your rough copy, separate sheet, or a pen and pencil with you to copy down all the important notes regarding your lecture. Again, you all are directed to have your English rough copy, any separate sheet, loose sheets, and a pen or pencil with you to copy down all the important notes about today's lecture. Hope it's clear to you now. Okay, let's move forward. Actually, students are also joining me. That is why I'm admitting them as well in between the lecture. Okay, let's move forward. What is the topic? Our topic is tenses today. I am going to take a start from tenses in English language. Why? Because tenses is not a new topic. Tenses is not a new topic. It's a topic that you have been doing since your previous classes. You have done this in class 6, 7, 8, 9, and now in 10. So you can say that today's lecture is kind of a brief review or a short review about all the 12 tenses. I hope that the copies, English language copies, you must be having your English language copies of class 9 with you. Kindly, okay, let me add to the students also, they are joining me. Kindly keep your English language copies that you have used in class 9. Your English language copies of class 9, kindly keep them with you very safely. They will be very helpful for you. Because in class 9, we already have done these tenses properly in detail with their Urdu identifications, their structures, each and everything we have done in class 9 as well. Okay? So, that is why I have started I am going to take a start from tenses because in today's lecture I will give you a kind of a short review or a brief review about all the 12 tenses, about their Urdu identifications, their structures, and how we are supposed to change one tense into another tense in form of do as directed or transformation of tenses. Are you people listening me? Kindly reply me in chat box. Can you hear me all so that I can move forward? Hurry up, beta. Okay, fine, Nabil. Okay, okay, good. Let's move forward now. So, in tenses, what are we going to study? We are going to learn about their structure and Urdu identifications. And here is a complete list of the tenses. I know that you people already know about the number of tenses and their names as well. But obviously you are in class 10 now and our first topic is tenses. So it's my responsibility and duty to again start this topic, you can say that, from scratch. Okay, so let's know what are these tenses. First of all, their names. We have present indefinite tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous, past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect, and the last one is future perfect continuous tense. Okay, so let me check the chat box as well. Amna, beta, now check your kindly check sound settings at your side as well because everybody is able to hear me. Beta, can you hear me now? Amna, reply me, beta. Okay. Nabil, can you hear me, beta? Okay, beta. Okay. Okay, let's move forward now. First comes Urdu identification of present indefinite tense. Beta, present indefinite tense is the very first tense, a very basic tense. Whenever we talk about tenses, we always take start from present indefinite tense, a very simple and easy tense. And I know and I'm sure that you people are very well aware of the Urdu identification of present indefinite tense. ता है, te hai, ti hai. Whenever we have ta hai, te hai, ti hai in last of the sentence, it's known as present in definite tense. I hope it is clear to you and you people already know about this tense as well. It's not a new thing that I am telling you today. Whenever we have ta hai, te hai, ti hai in last of any Urdu sentence, in the end of any Urdu sentence, it's known as present in definite tense. Okay, let's see the structure of this tense. First of all, we are talking about a simple sentence, or you can say assertive sentence, or you can say affirmative sentence. Okay, we are talking about the persons first. First of all, I'm telling you the structure of the subject, where we have the subject in plural form or more than one. What is the structure? Let's see. We have subject, we have first form of verb, and object. Okay. Now, if the subject is singular, only one person is there, what will be the structure? The structure is subject, first form of verb, and here we are supposed to add s or es after writing first form of verb. Then comes object. In my next slide, I will tell you with the help of examples as well. Then it will be more clear to you. Just right now, kindly listen it very carefully because these are the structures that you are supposed to learn and to understand. Without learning them and understanding them, you people will not be able to change one tense into another tense. Okay, so this was the structure of an assertive sentence or a very simple statement, when we have the person in plural form, we are not supposed to add any kind of s or es after writing first form of verb. But if the person is singular, we are supposed to add s or es after writing first form of verb. This is the basic rule of present indefinite tense. We are supposed to use first form of verb. We always use first form of verb in present indefinite tense, and if the person is singular, we are supposed to add s or es after writing first form of verb. But if the person is more than one in plural, then there is no need to add s or es after writing first form of verb. Hope it is clear to you. Now moving towards the negative sentences. If we have plural person, more than one person, what will be the structure? Subject, do. So it means that in present indefinite tense, if we have plural person, more than one person, the helping verb that we are going to use is do. Okay? Then comes first form of verb and object. If we have a singular person, one person only, subject and helping verb does. Kindly keep it in your mind when we have singular person in present indefinite tense, we will have the structure like this: subject, does not, first form of verb and object. Have you noticed this thing that after writing does not, I have not added s or es with first form of verb. Why? Because I always tell you beta in class 9 as well, आसान लफ्जों में जो वर्ब के बाद एस और ई एस हमने ऐड करना था वो हमने किसको दे दिया, वो हमने डस को दे दिया. ओके, इन सिंपल वर्ड्स, now we are not supposed to add s or es after writing first form of verb because वो वाला s और es हम किसको दे चुके हैं, हम does को दे चुके हैं. So there is no need to add s or es again. If you add s or es again after first form of verb, beta, your whole sentence will be wrong and you will get zero. Okay? Let's move forward now. Interrogative sentences. सवालिया जुमले और फिक्रे. If we have a plural subject, obviously in interrogative sentences, always helping verb comes first. If we have plural person, helping verb will be do. If we have singular person, helping verb will be does. Now, the rest of the structure will remain same. Only helping verb in form of do or does comes first and rest of the structure remains same. Okay, helping verb first, then comes subject. Just leave this not, I'm just telling you about simple interrogative sentence. Helping verb comes first, then subject, first form of verb and object and question mark. Beta, you people are not habitual of writing question mark. Whenever you are writing any interrogative sentence or statement, question mark is must. Question marks carries zero point 0.5 marks. If you will not take care of question marks, you will lose 0.5 marks. So be very careful about question mark. Okay. Now, if we have a person in singular, obviously does comes first and rest of the structure remains same. Subject, verb, first form and object. See, same structure we have in simple sentence and same structure we have in interrogative sentence. Only what is the difference? Helping verb comes first. If the person is plural, do is here. If the person is singular, does is here. Let's see the examples now. If we talk about the simple sentence, Sara पैदल school जाती है. Sara goes to school on foot. क्योंकि Sara is the singular person, that is why I have added es after writing first form of verb. Sara पैदल school नहीं जाती है. Sara does not go to school on foot. Sara singular है, that is why I have used does. और ये go के बाद वाला s और es मैं किसको दे चुकी हूँ, does को. That is why I am not supposed to add s or es after writing go. Or, okay. Now interrogative sentence. क्या सारा पैदल स्कूल जाती है? Obviously, Sarah is a singular person. That is why I have used helping verb does. Helping verb does, and it's an interrogative sentence. That is why this helping verb does comes first. Okay. Does Sarah go to school on foot? And question mark. Okay. Now, present continuous tense. What is the Urdu identification of present continuous tense? Whenever we have raha hai, rahi hai, rahe hai in the end of any Urdu sentence, it should be clear to us that it's present continuous tense. Now, see the structure and examples. Helping verbs, what are the helping verbs that we are going to use in present continuous tense? They are either is, am, or are, first form of verb, and ing. Okay? Helping verbs are is, am, are, first form of verb, and ing. I am talking about affirmative sentence or a simple sentence here. Subject, helping verb is, am, are, first form of verb, and ing. Example, he is playing. वो खेल रहा है. Negative sentences, subject is, am, are, helping verbs, not plus first form of verb and ing. वो नहीं खेल रहा है. He is not playing. Interrogative sentences, obviously, helping verb comes first either in the form of am, is, or are. Then the rest of the structure remains same. Subject, first form of verb, and ing. Is he playing? क्या वो खेल रहा है? And question mark. I hope it's clear to you now. They are very simple and basic tenses, and they are the tenses that you have already studied in class 9 as well in a very detailed form. So today is kind of a review of these tenses just to recall all the rules, their structures, and their Urdu identifications. Present perfect tense. What is the Urdu identification of present perfect tense? Whenever we have chuka hai, chuki hai, chuke hai, diya hai, liya hai, kiya hai, in last of the Urdu sentence, it should be clear to you that it's present perfect tense. Now, coming towards the structure of the present perfect tense, first of all, we have simple sentence or an assertive sentence. Subject, has or have. I hope it's clear to you when we have a singular person, we always use has. When we have plural person, we always use have. Third form of verb and object. Beta, I hope it is clear to you that when we have perfect tense, either it's present perfect, past perfect, or future perfect. Whenever we have perfect tense, we always use third form of verb. We always use third form of verb. Okay? Negative sentence. Subject has not or have not, third form of verb, and object. Interrogative sentences, helping verb comes first, either has or have, and rest of the sentence remains same. Subject, third form of verb, object, and question mark. See the examples here. Sara पैदल स्कूल जा चुकी है. Here we have Sara singular. That is why I have used has and third form of verb. Sara has gone to school on foot. सारा पैदल स्कूल नहीं जा चुकी है, या फिर ये ऐसे भी हो सकता है सारा पैदल स्कूल नहीं गई है. ओके, मैंने उर्दू आइडेंटिफिकेशन आपको बताई है. या तो ये होगी चुका, चुके, चुकी, या फिर या है, ये है, ये है. तो इट कैन बी इन टू फॉर्म्स. सारा पैदल स्कूल नहीं जा चुकी है या फिर सारा पैदल स्कूल नहीं गई है. Sarah has not gone to school on foot. Sorry, by mistake, question mark is here. It's not supposed to be here because it's negative sentence. Okay. Interrogative sentences. क्या सारा पैदल स्कूल जा चुकी है या फिर क्या सारा पैदल स्कूल गई है? Has Sarah gone to school on foot? And question mark. Okay. Now, present perfect continuous tense. Whenever we have रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है और ता रहा है, ते रहे हैं, ती रही है प्लस टाइम पीरियड. अब यू मस्ट बी थिंकिंग कि टीचर ने हमें अभी बताया कि वेन एवर वी हैव रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है इन द एंड ऑफ एनी उर्दू सेंटेंस, तो वो तो प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस होगा. नाउ टीचर इज टेलिंग अस कि रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है का मतलब है प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस. बेटा, दिस इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस एंड प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. इफ यू हैव सिंपल रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल बच्चा सो रहा है, दिस इज सिंपल प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस, द चाइल्ड इज स्लीपिंग. बट अगर मैं कहूं बच्चा 2 घंटे से सो रहा है, नाउ हैव यू नोटिस्ड रहा है के साथ मैंने क्या दे दिया आपको? टाइम पीरियड. whenever you have रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है plus time period, it means it's present perfect continuous tense. Now you are supposed to use since and for. And I hope that since and for is clear to you, where we are supposed to use since and where we are supposed to use for. I hope it's clear to you. Whenever we have duration of any time, any action, 4 घंटे, 2 दिन, 2 साल, 6 महीने, this is the duration. Here we are supposed to use for. Whenever you have starting point of any action, किसी भी काम को शुरू होने का starting time, starting point आपको पता है, where here we are supposed to use since. For example, कल रात से, इतवार से, सुबह से, रात से, पिछले महीने से, here we are supposed to use since. The structure is same, only one thing is added here, been. Okay, and always, as you all know that it's continuous tense, that is by first form of verb and ing. Subject has or have, been first form of verb and ing, ऑब्जेक्ट प्लस सिंस एंड फॉर, जो कि मैं आपको अभी बता चुकी हूँ. In my next slide you will come to know very clearly with the help of examples. I'm just telling the structure here. Subject has or have, not being first form of verb and ing, object and use of since and for. Obviously, interrogative sentence, helping verb come first, has or have, subject, been, first form of verb and ing plus question mark. For example, Sara पैदल स्कूल जाती रही है. Sara has been going to school on foot. Sara पैदल स्कूल नहीं जाती रही है. Sara has not been going to school on foot. क्या सारा पैदल स्कूल जाती रही है? Has Sarah been going to school on foot and question mark. अच्छा बेटा, ये बात याद रखिए कि जरूरी नहीं है कि प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस में आपको रहा, रहे, रही और टाइम पीरियड आए. कभी कभी आखिर में ता रहा, ते रहे, ती रही भी आ सकता है, जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ लिखा है. इधर रहा है, रहे है, रही है प्लस टाइम पीरियड, और ता रहा है, ते रहे है, ती रही है. ओके, with the help of these two things you will be able to identify the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, now we have simple past in definite tense. And what is the Urdu identification of simple past tense? अलिफ छोटी ये, बड़ी ये. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैंने एक खत लिखा. मैं आज स्कूल नहीं गया. बच्चे आज स्कूल नहीं गए. मेरी वालदा ने खाना पकाया. मेरे भाई ने अपना काम मुकम्मल किया. ओके, अलिफ छोटी ये, बड़ी ये. Simple past indefinite tense, if we talk about simple sentences, subject, second form of verb and object. For example, मैंने एक खत लिखा, आई रोट अ लेटर। देखिए आई सब्जेक्ट, रोट सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब, and a letter object. Okay, negative sentence. Okay, what is the helping verb that we are going to use in negative and interrogative sentences in past tense? Did. Okay, either the subject is singular or plural. We always are supposed to use helping verb did, but there is one condition with did. With help of did, we are always supposed to use first form of verb. For example, क्या मैंने एक खत लिखा? Did I write a letter? Did के साथ I use first form of verb. अगर आप ऐसे करते हो, Did I wrote a letter? बेटा आपका पूरा sentence will be wrong and zero will be given to you. So if you are using did, kindly use first form of verb. Okay. Now negative sentence. Subject did not, first form of verb and object. मैंने एक खत नहीं लिखा. I did not write a letter. You cannot write like this. I did not wrote a letter. That will be absolutely wrong and zero will be given to you. Okay. Examples. He went to play cricket. वो cricket खेलने गया. Simple sentence. That is why I have used second form of verb. Now, negative and interrogative sentence I am supposed to use did. Okay? क्या वो cricket खेलने नहीं गया? He did not go to play cricket. Did आ गया and first form of verb go. क्या वो cricket खेलने गया? Obviously interrogative sentence, that is why helping verb comes first. Did. And first form of verb go. Did he go to play cricket? And question mark. Okay. Now past continuous tense. बेटा अगर आपको प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस टेंस की निशानी याद है ना, तो आप पास्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस की निशानी बहुत इजीली याद कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस टेंस था. दैट इज वाई वो था रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है. अब ये पास्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस है, ऑब्वियसली माजी की बात हो रही है, पास्ट की बात हो रही है, तो इट विल बी रहा था, रहे थे, रही थी. ओके. सिर्फ डिफरेंस क्या है, क्योंकि वो प्रेजेंट था तो रहा है, रहे हैं, रही है. ये पास्ट है, पास्ट का मतलब है माजी, वो चीज जो खत्म हो चुकी, जो गुजर चुकी. इसलिए इट विल बी रहा था, रहे थे, रही थी. ओके. अच्छा बेटा, लेट मी टेल यू, आफ्टर 9 minutes वी आर गोइंग टू discontinue this class. This class is going to be discontinued, but you have to stay tuned. You will stay there and you will rejoin me again. Am I clear to you all, beta? After 9 minutes, you are going to join me again. Okay, is it clear to you? Okay, fine, beta. Okay, okay, let's move forward. Yes, what is next? Let me change the slide. Structure. Obviously, प्रेस कंटिन्यूस टेंस है तो फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब आईएनजी का इजाफा तो हमने करना ही है, हमें सबको पता है ये बात, ये रूल मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन कर चुकी हूँ बेटा. नाउ सी द स्ट्रक्चर. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट सिंपल सेंटेंस, subject, use of helping verb was or were, first form of verb ing and object. Now negative sentences. Keep it in your mind that if the subject is singular, we should use was. If the subject is plural, the helping verb is supposed to be were. Okay. Subject was or were, not first form of verb and ing, object. Now interrogative, obviously helping verb comes first and rest of the structure remains same. Was or were, subject, first form of verb ing, object and question mark. If we have a singular person, we will use was. If we have plural persons, we will use were. Okay. Now see the examples. वो क्रिकेट खेलने जा रहा था. He was going to play cricket. वो क्रिकेट खेलने नहीं जा रहा था. He was not going to play cricket. क्या वो क्रिकेट खेलने जा रहा था? Was he going to play cricket? Okay. Now, what is next? Past perfect tense. Now, kindly little bit just go towards back. थोड़ा सा पीछे जाइए, अपने दिमाग में सोचिए. What was the Urdu identification of present perfect tense? What was the Urdu identification of present perfect tense? It was चुका है. Excuse me. It was चुका है, चुके हैं, चुकी है. Am I right? और या है, ये है, जी है. Now, if we talk about past perfect tense, here the Urdu identification is चुका था, चुके थे, चुकी थी, या था, ये थे, ये थी. बेटा मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, अगर आप पहले 4 टेंसेस प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट एंड प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस, बेटा अगर आप उन चारों टेंसेस की उर्दू आइडेंटिफिकेशन याद कर लेते हैं ना, मैं आई कैन बेट कि अपकमिंग 8 टेंसेस की उर्दू आइडेंटिफिकेशन आपको खुद ब खुद याद हो जाएगी. ओनली द डिफरेंस इज कि वो प्रेजेंट में है तो है, ये पास्ट में है तो था के साथ आएंगे. इट्स अंडरस्टूड बेटा, इट्स वेरी सिंपल एंड इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इफ प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस वाज चुका है, चुके हैं, चुकी है, तो ऑब्वियसली पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस शुड बी चुका था, चुके थे, चुकी थी. And helping verb. In present perfect tense, we were having has and have. If we have singular person, it should be has. If we have plural person, it should be have. But now it is the simplest thing in past perfect tense. Either the subject is singular or plural. चाहे बात करने वाला इंसान, एक्शन करने वाला इंसान एक है या एक से ज्यादा, only the helping verb is had will be used there. सिर्फ had यूज होगा चाहे सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर है या प्लूरल है. ओके, लेट्स सी द स्ट्रक्चर नाउ. सब्जेक्ट, had, थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब एंड ऑब्जेक्ट. बेटा मैंने आपको थोड़ी देर पहले ये बात बताई थी कि whenever we have perfect tense, either present perfect, either past perfect or future perfect, we always are supposed to use third form of verb in perfect tenses. And when we have continuous tenses like present continuous, present perfect continuous, past continuous, future continuous, we always are supposed to use first form of verb plus ing. These are the few rules that you should learn on your fingertips. These are the rules. Kindly use this time that you are staying at your home. Kindly use this time very constructively, in constructive manner. Learn all these things. Practice these things in which you people are weak. Kindly use this time. This time will not come back again. This is the time that you can utilize fruitfully by practicing all the things in English in which you people think that you are weak. Okay? Now we are moving towards negative sentences. Subject, had, not, third form of verb, and object. Okay, now interrogative sentence, obviously helping verb comes first. Had, subject, third form of verb, object, and question mark. I am repeating again, beta. In interrogative sentences, question mark, use of question mark is very, very important. Why? Because question mark carries 0.5 marks. If your translation is fine, if conversion of transformation of tense is fine, but interrogative sentence is not there, you will lose 0.5 marks. Okay. Now see the example. उन्होंने वो फेयरवेल पार्टी अटेंड कर चुके हैं, या फिर उन्होंने फेयरवेल पार्टी अटेंड की है. दे हैड अटेंडेड द फेयरवेल पार्टी. वैसे फेयरवेल को उर्दू में अलविदाई कहते हैं. ओके, अलविदाई पार्टी. वो फेयरवेल पार्टी अटेंड नहीं कर चुके हैं या उन्होंने फेयरवेल पार्टी अटेंड नहीं की है। दे हैड नॉट अटेंडेड द फेयरवेल पार्टी। क्या वो फेयरवेल पार्टी अटेंड कर चुके हैं? ओके, या क्या उन्होंने फेयरवेल पार्टी अटेंड की है? हैड दे अटेंडेड द फेयरवेल पार्टी एंड क्वेश्चन मार्क। ओके, those who have just joined me, beta, I'm repeating after 2 minutes this meeting is going to be discontinued, but you have to be there till the end of this lecture. I will come back and you have to join me by clicking on the same link. Don't leave your place, don't leave the class. Just stay tuned and you are supposed to be there. Let's move forward. Past perfect continuous tense. Acha, if we move back a little bit, what was the Urdu identification of present perfect continuous tense? It was raha hai, rahe hai, rahi hai, या ता रहा है, ते रहे हैं, ती रही है. In the same way, the Urdu identification will be of past perfect continuous tense. ता रहा था, ते रहे थे, ती रही थी, या फिर रहा था, रहे थे, रही थी, plus time period. Okay, because we are supposed to use since and for here. For example, बच्चा सो रहा था, the child was sleeping. बच्चा 2 घंटे से सो रहा था, the child had been sleeping for 2 hours. Clear now? ता रहा था, ते रहे थे, ती रही थी, प्लस टाइम पीरियड दे दिया मैंने आपको. अगर मैंने कहा बच्चा सो रहा था, ये सादा पास्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस का जुमला है, द चाइल्ड वाज स्लीपिंग. जब मैंने कहा बच्चा सुबह से सो रहा था या 2 घंटे से सो रहा था, तो रहा था, रहे थे, रही थे के साथ मैंने आपको क्या दे दिया है? टाइम पीरियड. Here it means that it's past perfect continuous tense and you are supposed to use since and for. The translation will be like this: the child had been sleeping for 2 hours. अच्छा, ये इस तरीके से भी हो सकता है, बच्चा सोता रहा